Hi everybody, this is Dennis. We're going to do a full review of EC's The Incredible Science Fiction. This is part of the science fantasy hardcover set from 1982 that I wound up getting. We already did the Weird Science Fantasy, which is volume 1. I will leave the link to it down below, but this is another great piece of EC history, and we'll go into it, but it's a hardcover. You guys can, take a look. Incredible Science Fiction. This is volume 2. This reprints issues 30 through 32. And, it's good size. You can compare it to the size of a regular comic book to see. My buddy Carl, Big Carl, he got in a collection of, I think, just about the entire run of the EC hardcover set. These are really cool. I could only afford one of the sets, so I picked up one of my favorites. And look at that. So I was able to identify most of these, but there's a couple, and I might need your guys' help for this. This one is Joe Orlando. He had also signed the first book. There's Al Williamson. He also signed the first book. This one is Angelo Torres, which is cool. He was not in the first book. And I was going through trying to figure out who these signatures are. I'm going to zoom in close. Maybe you guys can help me out. Jack Davis worked on a bunch of them. Well, those aren't his. Bernard Krigstein, Roy Krenkel, Wally Wood. Those are definitely not them. They also don't look like part of the group that put this book together. So if you guys have any idea who they might be, shoot me a message down below. I would love to research it. I do love signatures and stuff from creators that are in it. But with that being said, we're just going to kind of go through like we did on the first one. And, again, the cover work, science fiction, there it is. Approved by the Comics Code. So this one started in August of 1955, which was when this was published. You can see that the book's in pretty nice shape, but you can see some foxing and some discoloration on some of it. I mean, don't know how they were stored. Like I said, I picked this up secondhand, but you can see Wally Wood starts right in here. But overall, guys, when I picked this up, the pages are still fairly white. Most of them are, these are in just nice shape. These books in good raw form, the floppies, the original comics, they go for a pretty penny. So while this was still an expensive hardcover set, it's still cheaper than going out and, picking up the originals. Now, I do know that they picked up a number, or should say they reprinted, I think, softcover forms of them. So I know there are some cheaper options that are out there. But as we go through, just think of this 1955. You get to see how, character creation, how they did design work, all this concept art that they had to try and come up themselves as they're trying to tell stories. So, I wish I could have been a fly on the wall back in this day to see the process and how it was going. Look, even like this ad, if you like new experiences, you love EC's new direction mags. Impact, Valor, Extra, Aces High, one that I would love to, another one that would probably really interest me. The Piracy would, and of course, science fiction, which is what this one is. Barrier, very reminiscent to me of like Flash Gordon, and the concept that it was. See, that's Jack Davis right there. and that does not look like any of the unknown signatures up in the front. But yeah, I mean, just so reminiscent of the time period. But I do love classic science fiction because all the great stories that we know today, what can I say? They wouldn't exist without these guys, coming up with stuff like this back then. I think it's just absolutely incredible. I do love science fiction. There's issue number 31. Again, you can see the full color of the cover. And this one was October, so that would also be 1955. Jack Olick did the stories that's in there. That's a Jack Davis cover. Complete 25 experiment chemistry set kit, $1. This is cool. I love the old ads of the stuff that you could buy. We actually did an interview with a gentleman. Maybe I can try and dig that one up and leave the link to that. But it was about all the ads from comic books back in the time. Really cool. It was a great interview. He had almost everything that they had put out there. So he actually wrote a book on just the cool, fun things that you could send away for inside the comic books. But yeah, like I said, as we go through it, we're just giving you guys the opportunity to take a look at that. I mean, look at that. Even the classic faces. Some of the great stuff today, I mean, it comes directly from this era and the artwork that they did. Very, very cool stuff. So if you're watching this, you either like reviews where you just like seeing some of these cool, unique pieces, or you're a fan of EC. And I'm not a huge collector of EC. I don't go back and pick up all the comic books. But boy, they sure... It almost makes me want to do it. I know a few guys that do go through and they collect all of these. And, hats off to them. I don't know. It could be something else that I look at doing in the future. The more I sit down and look at this, the more I mean, even just looking at the artwork and how they design. The panel layouts are very simple, They, a lot of times have 6 or 4 or 9 panel grids. Sometimes, there's a 2, 4, 6 one right there. And even with that, this is just cool. You get to see the ship designs were very basic, but it was based on the technology of the time for, the type of thrusters, the type of Air Force jets that we had and stuff. Very cool. Issue number 32. Jack Olick did all the stories in this one. There's the Jack Davis cover once again. That's cool. The jetpack that's on there, very reminiscent of the time. The space helmet that they had on there. Just really cool stuff. So, instead of me just talking, one of the things I do want to point out to you guys is leave your comments down below. Let me know your thoughts on this stuff. If you think this is cool, what your theory or feelings are about comics from this time. I know some of the newer guys today, they have no interest in stuff like this. And for me, it's just a piece of history. It's just really cool. So as I flip through this, I'll have you guys be able to just take a look. And, I will mention that we do our own live stream. So you're watching one of the videos. Smash that like and subscribe button, particularly if you're new. I do videos dealing with Star Trek. I'm a big Trekkie. I'm a big X-Men fan, so I do videos. I do quick flips of all the new comic books that I get each week. So you guys get a nice little short, 60 seconds. You can see some of the comics. If something interests you, go down to your local comic shop, pick them up. On Wednesdays, we always bring in great comic book creators, and you guys get to talk to them about their projects or something that they've coming up. Yeah, so I hope you join us on Wednesdays, and don't be afraid to put chat and chat within there, because we show and ask the guests the questions and everything. And I will leave the link. Oh, that is just so cool, though. I really love that kind of stuff. I am going to leave the link down below here, but before I say that, this is issue number 33, and I think this was February, so that would be 1956. And then this was the last one that was in there. Wally Wood did the cover. I know Jack Olick and Al Feldstein, they did the stories that were in it. Andy Smith and I, you guys, if you've watched this at all, we put out Kor-Drath, The Reckoning, our first in the new IP. And we are working, and we have up on Indiegogo right now, Kor-Drath, The Awakening, the sequel. So it's the continuing ventures of Kor-Drath. That is live on Indiegogo. I'll leave the link below. Go check it out. If you haven't already backed it, take a look at it. If you like fantasy, you like D&D, consider backing it and supporting us. I also wrote a D&D game module, retro style, from the late 70s, early 80s. That ties in with it. But all that stuff will be in the link below. And then we're also doing a children's book, a reader's book for children called Kor-Drath, The Christmas Miracle, also on Indiegogo. I'll leave the links for that. You guys can check it out. And guys, we're going to be wrapping this up. And here's the final story. But this is really cool stuff. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I do want you guys to comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on it. And that's the last page. And you can see they did hardcover sets for just about everything. Mad, there's the Panic, the Horror. There's your Crime and Shock, Crypt. But let me show you the back cover of it. Look at that. There's the issue number 33. And it did come, if you didn't see the first one, it comes in, a really nice slipcase. This one's in still really decent shape. And again, thank you, Big Carl, for giving me the opportunity to pick these up. So, a piece of history, a lot of fun. Leave your comments down below, and I hope to see you on some of our future streams. Look forward to talking to you.